everyone, this is Karen.
Hey everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at part 1 of Animals Get Sunburned Too. And the vocabulary words are enjoyable.
Enjoyable.
The most enjoyable part of the trip was visiting Paris.
Wow. Harmful.
Harmful.
The factory should not be allowed to pump harmful chemicals into the river.
Ray.
Ray.
Jerry held his hand up to protect his eyes from the sun's rays.
Risk.
Risk.
Donnie's selfish actions put all of our lives at risk.
I agree. Prevent.
Prevent.
The little girl didn't want to cry, but could do nothing to prevent the tears from forming.
You know, I've gotten a sunburn that was so bad before that I did cry.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was so painful.
So like you get sunburned easily?
Yeah, I mean, just my skin is pretty white,
yeah.
Generally speaking. Not right now, but I do get sunburned easily. So I cried once because it was so bad. It's really, really painful.
But is it because you didn't put on sunscreen?
I didn't put on sunscreen.
Oh, right? That's not very smart.
Yeah, I wasn't very smart. I didn't have any sunscreen. So, okay.
But animals get sunburned too.
Well, animals besides humans.
That's right.
I'm an animal.
That's right.
You're especially an animal.
You are right.
So what kind of, okay, oh, I know. So animals that don't have hair.
That's right.
Right, to protect them. Like what?
Elephants.
Pigs.
Pigs. Hippos.
Hippos. Oh, yeah. So actually I was watching this TV show. It's a reality TV show to survive, a survival show. And they go to like an island, the contestants, so they will go to an island. They have to use mud to cover their bodies so they don't get sunburned.
So I think that's what pigs do too,
right?
Because they roll in the mud to protect their skin and to stay cool.
Ah, so so there are ways in nature to protect themselves. Very interesting. Animals also get sunburns. I never thought about it.
How about other animals? Let's read on and find out.
Let's read
on. Animals get sunburned too. There's nothing quite as enjoyable as having a day out in the fresh air and sunshine. But if you're not careful, it can come at a cost. Sunburn. You might be surprised to learn that it isn't only humans who get sunburned, though. This is a problem that exists throughout the animal kingdom.
Today's lesson is called Animals Get Sunburned Too. Part 1. Hi everyone. My name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike.
And
yes.
I have a sunburn.
You
Mike.
have a suntan. It's coming to the end of our summer session here, but someone's been out in the sun. Now, of course, we know people get suntans. They go to the beach, they go on holiday, they come back, their skin is brown. That's a suntan. If you get a bit too much sun and you come home from your holiday and your skin is red, that is a sunburn. It can be very painful, and of course it's not good for your skin. But this isn't something that we think about with animals, right? If you're out with an animal on a hot day, you might be worried about drinking enough water and things like that, but you wouldn't really be worried about an animal getting a sunburn, but it happens.
Apparently, it does happen. We'll get to that soon. For now, let's start reading from our article. There's nothing quite as enjoyable as having a day out in the fresh air and sunshine, but if you're not careful, it can come at a cost. Sunburn. Like Mike said, a suntan, that's A-okay. It's somewhat healthy, actually. A light browning of your skin, that's okay. But if you look like a cherry, a very red berry, you've got a sunburn that is not good for you, and you are going to be uncomfortable for a couple of days. Anyways, the beach, though, if you do it the right way, it can be quite enjoyable. If you enjoy something, you like that thing. So if something is enjoyable, you can take pleasure in that thing. You're going to like that thing. For example, the most enjoyable part of the trip was visiting Paris. So we had wanted to get to Paris that whole time, and when we finally did, wow, we had a great time. It was super enjoyable there in Paris.
It's something you liked to do. Yeah, so getting a nice suntan can be enjoyable. A day at the beach, of course, is also enjoyable too. Now we read, you might be surprised to learn that it isn't only humans who get sunburned. Though, yeah, getting a sunburn is not enjoyable, but it's not only humans who have this trouble, who have to be careful of getting sunburned. It says this is a problem that exists throughout the animal kingdom. So sunburned cats and dogs and birds and pigs? Well, actually pigs I could see. Yeah, they don't have as much hair. Now that might be part of it. We're going to find out more about animals and skin and sunburns after our break.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课文标题是 Animals get sunburned too。动物也会晒伤。那么 sunburn 它可以当动词或名词来指晒伤。我们标题是用它的过去分词 sunburned 来当形容词形容晒伤的。而老师们说的这个 suntan S-U-N-T-A-N 这个字则是指说晒黑晒成古铜色。好，那么课文一开始就写到说，没有什么比在新鲜空气和阳光下度过一天更令人愉快的事了。但如果你不小心的话，可能会付出代价，也就是晒伤。可是其实你知道吗？动物也会晒伤哦。好，我们先来看单字 enjoyable。enjoyable 是形容令人愉快的或是有趣的。那这边还有3个重点，句型 There's nothing as 形容词原级 as 加上名词或动名词，字面意思是没有什么事物像什么什么一样怎么样，也就是说什么什么就是最怎么样的。它是用否定词去搭配原级比较句型来表达出最高级的语义。例如There's nothing quite as refreshing as an ice-cold drink on a hot summer day. 炎炎夏日来一杯冰凉饮料是最凉爽的。那我们例句里面加入 quite 只是用来做强调，来表达非常或是很的意思。好，第2个重点 if 引导条件句呢，是用来表达某个条件成立时会产生某个结果。那么句型是if 主词加动词，逗号，主词加上 will、may 或是 can 再加原形动词。例如 If it rains tomorrow, we'll stay home and watch movies. 如果明天下雨，我们将会待在家里看电影。第3个重点at a cost 或者是 at a price 表示说代价，要付出代价，像是 Fast fashion allows us to buy trendy clothes at an affordable price, but it comes at a cost. 快速时尚这种平价时尚啊，让我们可以用实惠价格买到流行服饰，但它是要付出代价的，尤其是环境的代价。好，接着回到课文中。
Animals get sunburned too. Most animals have fur, feathers, or scales to protect themselves from the harmful rays of the sun. However, hairless animals such as elephants, hippos, and pigs are particularly at risk of sunburn. It's no surprise then that many of these animals have developed their own adaptations to protect their skin.
So, do animals get sunburns? No way, right? Wrong. Apparently, animals do get burned by the sun, so to speak. They get sunburns. How about that? But yes, most animals, they do have fur, feathers, or scales. Why? To protect themselves from the harmful rays of the sun. However, there are animals without these things. However, hairless animals, such as elephants, hippos, and pigs, are particularly at risk of sunburn. So there you have it. Animal sunburn, it's a thing.
Okay, but only for a few animals. And you might logically think, well, birds have feathers. Yes, dogs, cats have fur, sure. Scales, that's what snakes have, or fish scales as well. Fish, of course, don't have a big problem with the sun. But snakes or lizards or things like that, they have scales to protect themselves from the harmful rays of the sun. We know that the rays of the sun, sunlight, can be bad or dangerous or harmful to us, which is why doctors, of course, tell humans to be careful of their skin. Because if something is harmful to you in any way, you want to stay away from it, avoid it, or protect yourself from it, because the adjective harmful just means dangerous, bad for you. It could hurt you in some way, make you sick or something like that, or just cause trouble in your life. For example, the factory should not be allowed to pump harmful chemicals into the river. These aren't nice chemicals like, oxygen or something like that. These are harmful chemicals, poisons and pollution and stuff like that. It's dangerous and bad.
Dangerous and bad. And yes, light is fantastic, okay? Sunshine is beautiful. It allows us to see things. It warms us up. But there are parts of light that you can't see, actually, okay? And some of these rays, like UV rays, are harmful rays. They'll hurt your skin, give you a sunburn, and more. But yes, what is a ray? Here, a ray is kind of like a piece of light, a bit of light, a light beam, okay? Think of one photon streaming towards Earth, maybe a wave. You could take that form as well, but it's streaming towards Earth. That one streak, beam of light, is a ray of light. For example, Jerry held his hand up to protect his eyes from the sun's rays. Yes, he's going to shield himself or shade himself from all that sunshine, those beams of light or rays of light.
And these rays of light, of course, can damage our skin. They can be harmful, and they can put us at risk. A risk, if you're at risk or in danger, that's basically the same thing. If something is at risk, it could get damaged, it could get hurt, it could get lost, it could get killed, possibly even, if we're talking about a living thing. Generally, with risk and danger, which mean about the same thing, we would say something is at risk or in danger. So if you ride your motorcycle without a helmet, you are at risk of hurting your head very badly. For example, Donnie's selfish actions put all of our lives at risk. Wow, what
Donnie.
did you do? Donnie, you're putting everyone in danger.
You can't do that.
No, so
anyways, yes, it's no surprise then that many of these animals have developed their own adaptations to protect their skin. Elephants, hippos, pigs, these hairless animals, they can get sunburns. But you know what? They seem to be A-okay with these sunburns. Why? Because they have developed adaptations to protect their skin. Evolution has provided them with this ability to protect themselves as far as their skin is concerned. How interesting is that? Anyways, folks, with that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
好，课文写到，大多数的动物都有皮毛、羽毛或者是鳞片来保护自己免于太阳有害射线的伤害，而没有毛的动物就特别容易晒伤。因此呢，这些动物当中有许多发展出自己的适应性变化来去保护自己的皮肤。我们先来看3个单字 ，harmful，harmful， 它是形容词，形容有害的。那么 ray 是指光线，尤其是指辐射线。那 ray 这个字也可以指射线。好，那么像 UV rays 就可以用来表达紫外线。这样老师在解释单字时，他用到 streak 这个字 ，streak。streak 这个名词它有条纹、斑纹的意思，那也可以用来指一道光线。好，老师还有用到 photon 这个字 ，photon。photon 就是我们物理学当中所说的这个光子。好，那么例句写到说 ，Jerry 他抬起手遮阳光，老师用到 shield 这个字 ，shield，shield 它当动词可以表达保护、遮蔽或是阻挡。下一个单字 risk 当名词可以指危险、风险。At risk 就可以表达有风险的或是处于危险当中。我们也可以用片语 in danger 来表达有危险。介绍课文中。
Animals get sunburned too. Pigs, for example, like to roll in the mud. This behavior isn't a dirty habit. Rather, the coating of mud keeps them cool in hot weather and prevents damage from strong sunlight. Similarly, elephants throw sand on their backs and heads for use as a kind of natural sunblock. Hippos, on the other hand, have developed a physical adaptation. They produce a red-colored substance around their eyes and ears, which acts as a natural sunscreen by absorbing ultraviolet light.
Okay, so pigs, elephants, hippos, they can get sunburns. But do they get sunburned? No, they have adapted. Their skin is different, or they do certain things to keep themselves from getting sunburns. How about that? Now, pigs, for example, like to roll in the mud.
That's how pigs do it. It says, this behavior isn't a dirty habit. A lot of people think pigs are dirty because they're always covered in mud. Well, no, they're not really dirty. They're protecting their sons. So this behavior isn't a dirty habit. Rather, the coating of mud keeps them cool in hot weather and prevents damage from strong sunlight. Humans do this too, right? They go to those mud baths, like they have that mud festival in Korea, and people love to do that. It feels good. It makes your skin feel nice and smooth. And yeah, it will prevent damage from strong sunlight. So, the next time you can't find some sunscreen, just go to the beach and cover yourself in mud, and no one will probably talk to you.
Okay, let's move on and talk about the fifth vocabulary word here. It's the verb prevent. If you prevent something, you do something to keep something bad from happening in the future, okay? If you prevent, damage from strong sunlight, you're doing something to make sure that strong sunlight does not affect you. Like you might roll in the mud, bury yourself in the sand at the beach, so on and so forth, though usually to prevent sunburn, people will apply sunblock or sunscreen. Anyways, for example, the little girl didn't want to cry, but could do nothing to prevent the tears from forming. The tears just came, There's nothing she could do to keep them from coming.
Oh,
that's too bad.
Yeah, that is too bad. But anyways, let's get back to these animals that don't have a lot of hair on their skin and how they keep themselves away from sun damage or sunburn. So we know pigs roll in the mud. That's what they do. You've probably seen this at a zoo or a farm or something. What about some more exotic animals? It says, similarly, elephants throw sand on their backs and heads for use as a kind of natural sunblock. Okay, yeah, I've seen this. I don't know if they pick it up or suck it up the trunk a little bit, but they kind of toss it back on their back. I thought it was just, kind of playing or something that they do just, when they have free time.
Yep.
But apparently they're applying natural sunblock, sand or dirt or something like that. Anything that blocks the rays of the sun.
Natural sunblock. There you go. Sand works, mud works, and hippos. Well, they do something slightly different. It says hippos, on the other hand, have developed a physical adaptation, not a behavioral adaptation here, a physical adaptation. They produce a red-colored substance around their eyes and ears, which acts as a natural sunscreen by absorbing ultraviolet light. Yes, these UV rays, these ultraviolet pieces of light, you could say, they're the problem when it comes to sunburns, and hippos have figured out a way to absorb this efficiently. Amazing. All right, folks, today's lesson is now in the books, but we'll see you next time for more on animal sunburns.
好，那我们就来看看猪、大象还有河马是怎么保护他们自己的皮肤，防止晒伤。课文提到说，猪喜欢在泥巴里面翻滚，那这个行为并不是肮脏的习惯哦。确切来说，一层泥巴让他们可以在大热天里面保持凉爽，并且预防烈日照射之下所造成的伤害。好，那么单字 prevent 就是指预防、防止，是一个动词。这边还有两个重点。第一个，我们文中用到副词 rather， 在这边它是表达而是怎么样。更确切的说怎么样怎么样，那是用来更正前面的叙述，尤其是接在某个否定陈述之后。例如 The wall is not white but rather pale yellow， 那面墙不是白色而是浅黄色。好，那么第二个重点 keep 加受词加受词补语，它是指使什么保持或是维持某个状态。受词补语可以用形容词、现在分词、过去分词或者是介系词片语。例如 This jacket will help keep you warm. 这件外套会帮你保暖。那我们这时候用的受词补语就是形容词 warm。好，课文接着写到说，大象会把沙子扔到它们背上和头上，来当做天然的防晒霜。而河马呢，它们发展的不是行为上的适应，而是身体上的适应。它们在眼睛和耳朵周围会制造出一种红色的物质，借由吸收紫外线来当做天然防晒霜。好，我们最后补充一下 behavior 是指行为举止。它的形容词是在后面加上 al 变成 behavioral， 就是形容行为的。那 Mike 老师刚刚用到 exotic 来形容大象和河马这些动物的适应变化。exotic 就是指外来的，也可以形容具有异国情调的。那它是拼作 exotic exotic。好，那么以上这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 大家好，我是季安老师。我们来看一下今天的简短对话。我们上一堂课里面有讲到，就是关键字嘛，对不对？从关键字里面可以去推测出地点。OK， 那我们今天呢，再多做一点点练习，好吗？那这些单字如果你不熟的哦，你没看过的，拜托把它背起来，这些都是很有可能在考试当中出现的。好，我们看一下 H。Plant inspection 哦，是什么？检查工厂 ，OK， 不是检查植物哦 ，plant 在这边是工厂啊。Assembly line 哦 ，assembly line 是这个组装线啊。Manufacture 是制造，最后 unit 是单位哦，就是一个、两个这个数量。所以这边听起来是在哪里啊？是在这个嘛哈，就是 factory， 很明显哦，就是在一个工厂里面啦。第 I 嘞 ，cake, rose, white bread， cake 蛋糕 ，rose 的话就是那种卷起来的那个蛋糕 ，white bread 就是吐司哦 ，white bread 不是白面包啊，这是吐司的意思哦。那很多的同学，老师吐司不是 toast 吗？对一半啊 ，toast 是那个 white bread 烤过之后，就是上面有焦焦的，就是烤过之后才可以叫做 toast 哦，感谢你。好，那这边它应该是在哪里？应该是在面包店，对不对？大家有没有找到面包店在哪里啊？来这边没有哈，那我们来自己写上去好的 ，bakery b a k e r y，all right。好，再来 chain 是什么？链子 ，OK， 有可能是什么挂在手上或者是脖子上的链子啊。那我们继续往下看 necklace 哦，项链。Bracelet 是手环 ，ring 戒指 ，locket 是那个坠子 ，OK， 所以呢这边感觉就是第7个 jewelry store，all right。好，那刚刚讲的这个 I 哦，我刚刚瞄到，其实 hotel 也有可能嘛哈，这个 hotel 里面有些 hotel 里面也有这个面包店，所以如果你要硬凹的话呢，这个有可能是3 ，OK， 硬凹。好，再来bulldozer 这是推土机啊，那 forklift 是这个叫做什么三猫就是那个叫什么起重机哦，就是 forklift。Hard hat 是帽子哦，就是硬的帽子。Helmet 就是 helmet 的意思啊。Crane 起重机哦，就是很高的那种东西。那 forklift 这个叫什么堆高机啦，不是起重机哈。那 bulldozer 是这个推土机，所以这边感觉就是在 construction site 哦，没问题，这个是在建筑工地才会有的。第 L suite OK， 这是一个套房它的发音很奇怪啊，就是跟甜是一样的。Suite front desk reservation room service， 这个没错，就是旅馆了，旅馆应该就会有的。Speed limit 限速 ，lane 是什么？车子的车道 ，exit 出口 ，driver 这个司机，所以一听就知道是 highway。最后一个 stamp 是什么 ？stamps 这个是邮票。Next day delivery 次日隔日的这个递送快递 ，postage 是邮资 ，OK， 所以呢这边应该就是这个 post office 的第17个这样应该就清楚了哦。那一样的，我们来练习一下听力让大家练练看来咯，这边
Refer to the following conversation.
然后这边我们忘了先看一下他们在搬什么嘞 ？Kitchenware。Sport equipment car 还是 office equipment？ 记得 这些单字啊，它可能不会一模一样的出现，它不会在你听力的时候听到 office equipment 没有那么好看。OK， 第二个呢 ，Where are they taking it？ 他们要搬去哪里 ？OK， 是 Alan 还是 to another room？To another room，to the next floor downstairs。最后 ，Who will the woman ask for help？ 她要请谁帮忙？我们来听一下喽。
Refer to the following conversation.
Can you give me a hand moving this projector?
Of course. It looks very heavy.
It certainly is. Now we need to take it to Dave's office down the hall.
Oh, that's pretty far. I'll ask Alan to help as well.
Number 1. What are they moving?
OK， 他们要搬什么 projector 对不对？就是这个投影机啊，所以这个是第一。再来，他们要带到哪里去啊？刚刚有听到一个什么 down the hall，所以呢是 be to another room， 其他都没有，它有很类似的发音哦。最后 Who will the woman ask for help？ 它是 Alan。我们来看一下，真的是这样吗 ？OK， projector 没错。Looks very heavy. We need to take it to Dave's office down the hall. 这边有 Dave's office 吗？这边没有 Dave's office， 就 downstairs。所以呢，答案 B 要。第三个，他要请谁帮忙 ？I'll ask Alan to help as well. OK， 所以呢，这样从关键字当中呢，可以去把它脑补起来啊。OK， 好，那我们刚刚听到的关键字哦 ，Where are they taking it？ 他们要带去哪里哦？我们刚刚听到的是什么 ？Office down the hall， 在这个走廊的另外一端 down the hall。OK， 所以呢，答案就是 B 啊 ，to another room。All right， 以上是我们今天的课程内容，我们下堂课见，拜拜。
See you next time.